Okay, so welcome to today's class. Some of us were late. Don't know what happened, but we'll do that later actually. So let's do that. So last week we worked on conditional formatting and data data validation. So here is actually the sheet. So I created. Okay, sorry. Let me shut it up. So I created another sheet. Then I transferred um the individual worksheets that we're using. I transferred it to this place so that we could work with it easily. So because last week one was it was kind of rough, so I needed to. I promised I was going to make it clear. So here are the sheets. I think 1 to 4. Then the validation sheet, that's the fifth one. I think okay, Tito and Eunice. I don't know what's wrong with my system, but system is a bit slow for weird reasons. So we worked on conditional formatting and validation. So a real just a revision on that. So basically conditional formatting is formatting our data and in a way that is easily recognizable. We can easily get meaningful information from it. So that's actually the essence of uh, conditional formatting, and most of the time we'll be using colors, although Excel permits you to use arrows, and I think uh, permits you to use arrows and some other form for shapes basically. So that's what Excel actually gives you. So we have validation too. Yeah, so validation basically helps you to condition your data in a way or format it or give rules. Yeah, let me put it that way. Set rules and allow you to have control over your data. So basically that's the essence of validation and formatting. And so I mentioned something about the tax, right? That there was no tax and nobody called my attention to it. So Pearl said, yeah, I think, okay, Pearl, yeah, I don't know anybody else. So I have prepared something for us and I'll just real quick, I'll explain that. So here is the spreadsheet for the tax. So this is for the validation, right? So we have names, we have date of birth, we have email, we have salary, and we have rank. So this is like a company database. So let's say whose person's name do I want to use? Let's say Pearl Internationals. So she has a company and she wants to collect a data for our employees. So here is it. So here's it. So the tax is name. So you can set the name to accept limited to just 20 characters. Then at the date of birth, we want the date of birth. We're assuming that we have our employees to not be lesser than in age than 2023. Yes, 23. So that's 2000. That's 1990 to 2000. So they can be from 1990 to 2000. That's 1990. That's like 23, 33 to 23. So let's say something like this, like anyways. I think anyways you can't serve when you're above 30. Then for the emails, to be sure that it's an email, there has to be @s present in it. So this value has to be present in it. Then the salary should be greater than $5,000. So we are paying oh wow, Pero is very rich. It's paying our clients or sorry, our employees in dollars and they earn nothing less than $5,000 per month. That's interesting. Then the rank should be between 1 to 10. So rank, that's going to be like um the hierarchy. So that what can I use? The level, yeah, like say your level. Maybe you're a senior. Know more about you're a senior engineer or you're a junior engineer. I think a more techie. Let's say okay, senior level staff, junior level staff. So I think they use rank. Sometimes they use level 5, level 10. So the higher, the the more important, should I say, you are in the company. So this is the fact. So I'm going to drop it. Let me share it. Sorry. So it's not shared so that everybody can access this. And I'm going to lock anyone. Should I do viewer or editor? Okay, so I'm going to do editor, right, so that we can copy this. But I'm just going to lock it. Protect the sheet. So what we are going to do is we are going to copy this, then work on it, create a separate sheet entirely, copy it, work on it, then I'll drop a link in the Google in this on our resource page. So on that page, when you enter, what you're supposed to do is you're going to take this, whatever you are, wherever you have done your assignments, your tasks, you take the link and you drop it into the link, then you make it accessible so that I can enter it. So I don't have to start asking for permission individually. I hope that's clear. Is it clear enough? Anybody? Hello?
Hello, please,
Is that?
it's not clear. Please, can you repeat that?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not clear.
All right. So I'll start again. So is the assignment clear? Like validating this, like the validation, is it clear? Justice, no.
On my end, it's
Okay,
not clear.
you
Okay,
mean
maybe you can see it.
yeah, please, yeah, it's better now. So
Oh,
you mean like we can impute these values into the sheet and work on them, right?
yes. So this is what we did last week. We did data validation, and in data validation, it allows you to have control over how you collect your data. So in this situation, is this supposed to be an expo? So I just so we have just a refresher. In formats we have no, is it format data, sorry, in data we have data validation. So in this place you can, okay, I think these are the rules that I have. Let me delete it. Thank god I saw it. Remove rule. So these are the rules. So you had the rule, you pick the colon, and it's not supposed to be a drop down. I'm not supposed to be showing all of this actually, but okay. So you do a draw, you pick the criteria. So the what determines the criteria is what you want to do, right? Then you attach a um you attach whatever you want to do to take this off. Data validation, remove, right? So what is here is what determines the rule you are going to add to each column. So you can, after you've added it to each column, you can now go ahead to, let's say you fill it up. Yeah, let's just fill it. It's for just 14 rows. So you just fill it up, right? So the task is to take this. This is what we want for each column. This is what we want. So we take this and we put it into these columns, like we add the rule to the individual column, right? Do you understand? Is it clear enough?
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay, Justice, Israel, Chinre, please can you respond?
Yeah, 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 yeah. we're getting there.
We're getting there. Okay.
Well,
Sorry, I
it's,
think the class
I think
I
I
was able
the
to
last class.
properly. Yeah, I wasn't at the last class, so
Oh, you were at the
so
last
but
class. Ah,
yeah, I remember I told you I was unable to log in.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but
yeah,
don't
yeah,
worry.
yeah, yeah. I
The
remember.
network was kind of that very day, so I wasn't at the last class too. So it's
Oh,
okay.
okay. So I think you should first of all, of course, you have to go through the last class to get what we are doing. I just have to explain this in this class so that we can work on it actually. Ayobami, you are raising up
Yeah,
your hand.
don't worry.
Yes, sorry, when you were
Any
explaining,
challenge that
sorry,
I'll
the call came in, so I'm very sorry. So can you just do a recap, please?
Okay, this is the
Thank you.
last recap I'm going to do. The recording so that we don't waste much of our time. These are the rules that we want to be included in this. So if you're in the last class, you recognize, you understand that this is a validation problem. So we want to put a validation, we want to validate a name that's the first name in the first rule, that name should accept 20 characters. So we want that only 20 characters is placeable into this place. The date of birth, we also want the date of birth to be from this day. The rule is here. Same with the email. The email should have at in the value. So if they detect an at, then it will go on. If it does not detect an at, it will cancel it. Then salary should be greater than $5,000. Then the rank should be from 1 to 10. So these are the rules we want to attach to this. And I said you can use it from, you can get the data validation, and you had a rule and you begin to do whatever you want to do. So like that's it. That's just the summary of the facts. So you're not supposed to do that, and to submit, you just take your work, grab the link, right? There's always a link. So you grab the link. When you grab the link, you submit it. So it's a link that I want to see. So I want to see each and everybody's work, individual work, basically. That's what we want to see. And okay, I'll talk about the last one when we're about to round up the class. So that's what we want to see. So it's as straightforward as that. Just validate this, take these rules and apply it to this. So basically, we are still going to do more than this, but this is just for this task. So that's explaining that. So
Please excuse me. The link. Which link are we going to submit? Is it the same link?
no, you are
Where are
submitting
we grabbing the link?
your own link.
So you said grab the link. Where are we grabbing the link from?
I'll put it on the page. I'll put this one, the link to this. I'll put it on the assignment task, and I also put the
Okay.
link to submit. So I will just put it.
Okay.
You will see it's going to be recognizable. So
Okay.
if you go through it, you're going to get it. So yeah, just
sorry,
it.
excuse me. Can we not just share after doing the work? Then we can just share
Yes, you share it, but
to you
you make it
using the share
shareable
button.
so that I'll be able to access it when you're submitting. Don't worry, it will be pretty straightforward. I will make it very simple and easy to understand when you want to submit. So you understand, I'll put all the instructions there. So don't worry, don't fret. And if you don't still get it, of course, my DM is always there. The page is always there. You could always pour your complaints, your block quotes. So we still have a long day before us tonight. So I hope we are going to be able to cover up. So that's about conditional formatting, validation, then the assignments. Now going to today's, okay, so I have a few things I want to show us. So we have the terms we are going to be talking about today. Of course, they are related to our task for today, which is pivot table. We're going to be working with pivot table. And okay, let me just explain. Let me jump it and come back to it. So we're working in pivot table. So before that, we have what we call cross tabulation. So let me come here. This is what we are going to be working with. So let me create a new sheet. That's our data set for those that saw it. So let me create a new sheet. So what's it called again? Cross tabulation. Yeah. So cross tabulation is basically a technique that is used to check the relationship between two categorical variable. So we are going to see it like as we proceed. But basically, yes, justice. Mic is on mute.
Yes, sorry. Yes, sorry. I want to. You said the topic for today is it
Pivot
pivot
table.
table or cross
Pivot,
pivot table?
pivot,
Okay,
pivot, pivot.
all right.
Okay, so I was just explaining, like giving us some terms as usual, like we used to do. So cross tabulation is a technique that is used to check the relationship between two categorical variables. So basically, it's create a table and you check the frequency like between them. So it's something like we did. So let's say we have a table like this. So let me say male, female. I think we did something like this. Then we have, okay, yeah, from the drivers, let's say we have Toyota, and we have Benz. If I put 2 here, put 3 here, put 5 here, and I put 6 here. So this is like a cross tabulation, basically. So it's tabulates like you have a male and female is a data set. Sorry, they are both data, they are categorical data. Then Toyota and Benz are also categorical data. If you remember from our drivers data sets that we created. So the counts of male people, the number of people that have male, the number of, how should I put it? The number of counts that have male and Toyota. So number of people that are male and also have a Toyota car. Exactly, yeah. So you are a male and you have a Toyota car. The number of them, there are 2. The number of guys or male that have a Benz is also 5. The number of females that have a Toyota is 6. Number of females that have a Benz is 3. So this is an example of a cross population. So it's between two categorical variables. So I think we did something like that when we worked with counts, right? Then so you're actually checking their frequencies. So frequencies like the number of times they reappear, and that's also like another word for counts, basically. We also have hypothesis testing. So they use more of this when it comes to statistical analysis, right? I'm sure some of us we did questionnaires, more of like related to social sciences, but we still get to use it. So it's using you use statistical tests to check for likelihood, for probability of something either being true or being false. And a simple example of that is like now, okay, so what's the probability that um I'm looking for something very likely. Okay, what's the probability that okay, what's the probability that the rain will fall today? So if the probability that the rain will fall today is 1, that means it's certain that the rain will fall today. If it's certain that the probability is 0.5, that means it is half certain. So it's by 4 and it might not fall. So those are values being attached to it. I was trying to give one that looked impossible. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. I hope I will not be short for this. What's the probability that a male can carry a child, like can carry a pregnancy? Yeah. So that's like 0, right? It's impossible. So that's basically like hypothesis. So you are basically checking for likelihoods. You are looking for probabilities, but with statistical tests. So statistical uh, we have some statistical, what do I call them? Should I call them, let's say, formulas, right? That we can use to check for these things. So then the last one I was going to talk about is pivot table. Yeah, pivot table, that's the pivots, the main thing for today's class. So a pivot table is basically is a table that gives you a summary of your data in So depends on what you want, depends on the summary that you want. So you can aggregate, you can get, you can analyze your data by grouping it, right? You can apply functions to it, you can apply your sum, you can apply your count, you can apply average, you can apply your functions to it. So basically it's a table that gives you a summary. So it's a data summarization tool. It gives you a summary of your data and it allows you to group your data meaningfully, right? So that's basically what a pivot table does. And a pivot chart also is something similar, right? A pivot chart. So a pivot chart is also okay. A pivot chart is also something similar, right? It gives you basically from pivot table, it's more like a chart between that just describes a meaningful chart, basically. Actually, that's what I'm just going to say. So so they are moving on now. Those are like the terms they were supposed to do. So I found something online. So I'll call it a cheat sheet. It's called a cheat sheet for Excel. So let me pull it up. I actually found it and I felt like okay, I would share it with us in class so that we can see it. Where's it again? Excel cheat sheets. Let me copy it. Copy. I'm supposed to copy the link. Okay, I copied it. I'm going to paste it where we can see it. Okay, it's loading. Okay, you can see it. Sorry, let me move this to where it's going to be visible. Move tab. Okay, but can we okay, it's tiny. I have to zoom in. Sorry. Guess I'll drop the link on the page so we can all have access to it. So let me just drop it. So it's an Excel cheat sheet, right? So you have basically most of your formulas there. You can easily get it. Let me zoom in. Let me try. It's not really working. This is like the marks I've zoomed in into. Okay, let me zoom out. Let me see if I can zoom this text in. Okay, yeah, this is better. Can we see it? Let me know if you can see it.
Yes, we can. We can see it. It's clear.
Oh, nice, cool. So now this is like a complete, that's a complete cheat sheet. He has a lot in it anyways. So from flow, okay, I think these are math functions. Basically he has almost all the functions and he explains what each function does. So you can use this as your go-to to check, just to expand, and you go through it, you test what you have there, just to expand your horizon with the limitless things you can do with spreadsheets. So you have, yeah, so here you can try out things. You have your conditional, we have texts, we have manipulation. I think here we have filter, you have sort by, you have unique. So I got this from datacamp.com. So they actually have a good learning platform. I think I used it a while ago. Yeah, but I don't think it's free. I don't know how it works again. But this is a very good sheet that we can use and very useful for us. And I'm going to try to get for others too as we proceed. So I've dropped it on the group. I'll also include it in the chat, sorry, on our resource group so that we can easily work with it, like easily interact with it actually. So then moving on, I want us to show us how to use Google Forms, like create a Google form. So because like I said, you want to be able to also create your Google Forms, you want to also be able to collect your own data, and it's actually not hard. All you need to go to is go to forms.google.com. I'll drop it here. Oh, okay, yeah. So I'll drop it here and also drop it on the page. So forms.google.com. So all you need is still your Gmail, right? Then oh sorry, you're not saying it. Yeah. So all you have to do is sometimes here he has some template already, right? You can try to steal some templates. Let's say contact information now. I think that's like a simple one. So I'm trying to pull this up. So it's very, very easy to create a Google form, like and collect your response in whatever way you want to collect it. So here we have the contact information. You can put your description. This is like the title. Then this is the name you want to put, the name, the email address, phone number, comment. Now all of these are in you're collecting information. They're going to be put in a raw format. So yeah, you can also put required. It means that this person must fill this for this form to be submitted. So if it is unchecked, the person cannot. If it's unchecked, that means the person can even submit it. Then also, so if I want to create another one, so I'm creating a new one. So here, this is where I select how I want it. I could pick dates, I could pick time, I could pick let's upload a file. I could give a drop down, I could pick a checkbox, I could pick multiple choice. Most of the time, you use multiple choice. Like if, for instance, the one that we fill in the taxes is multiple choice. So it means that the answers cannot be outside of what I have picked. In checkbox means that you can actually pick more than one answer. You can pick actually yes, that's the difference between multiple choice and checkbox. Multiple choice means only one input. Checkboxes means you can pick multiple inputs. Then drop down means this drop down. Then I think linear scale. Now they use is more of like questionnaires and I've not I think it's only questionnaires I've actually seen it. The multi-choice, I don't think I've tried this too because I don't really use it. So you can add your question, can import questions, then this for the title and description. Can also add images, videos, and these are sections. But I think the ones that matters to us is like the multiple choice questions because it gives you control, full control. Short answer means I think is limited. I think it's the number of text you can take. Then paragraph is like maybe you want to take a statement or like for instance you're asking someone what's the motivation for doing something. So you can have more than 200 words there. And I think short answer, I think maybe there's a limit to it anyways actually. I don't know the limit, but I know there's a limit because short answer will definitely be different from paragraph. So and I think when you are done, you can now go to send, right? You click on send, then you can choose. This is like collecting the email address. Responder input means you collect the inputs, the responder will input the email address. Then I think do not collect is like you don't want to collect. Then verified is I don't think I've tried this. I don't really know what it means. Then the email to that's send the email to who is going to collect the email. Then you can add editor. And this is where I usually shorten the URL. Then I copy this and I send it straight up. Then I think this one is if you want to embed it. For instance, if you have web developers and they want to embed the form um into their websites so they can use this section. I think this section is to share the form via Twitter, Facebook, yeah. So that's pretty much it. There's nothing difficult in creating. I think maybe it's Google that make it so easy. I like using things that are related to Google. And so the response here, if you collect it, you can actually link it to a sheet. Then you can stop accepting responses. You can, when you close this, it means that people won't be able to send in responses again. And I think that's it basically. So I think in the settings, you can make it a quiz here. You can add time. I don't know how to add time on it yet, but I think you can add a timer. So by so time, the form closes, or maybe they usually close it automatically. And I think, yeah, that's how to go work around your Google Forms. So in case you need to collect data and you're a data analyst and you're asked to prepare a form to collect data for so information and this and that and that and that. So this is a way, this is actually a means using Google. There are other means. Google is free. Of course, other means are there and they might actually have more features anyways. So yeah, so that's just how to work with the Google Form tutorial. Google Form basically. Now let's move on to our main task for today. Sorry, I dropped this by mistake into this place. Shouldn't be there. Yeah. So our main task for today is, yeah, as usual, to share this network editor, so that I want to do this now so that we can, as I'm working, you're working with me. Let me first of all update, set permission and done. Then I drop the link. Yeah, so today's worksheet. Okay, yeah, dropped it already. Yeah, so this is today's worksheet, and we're working with pivot table. Yeah, pivot table. So this is a data set. This is a very comprehensive data set. In fact, we have, you'll be surprised, we have, let me see, we have up to 995 rows. I think we have more than that. That's 995. Sorry. My network. Are we still here? Sorry, please. Can you see my screen? Oh. Sorry. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah, we are seeing the screen, but we can't hear.
Okay, network. Okay, is it okay? Let me share it back. I think my network went for a bit. Okay, let me know as soon as it is back. Okay, can you all see it now? It should be visible now. I just shared it again. Okay, cool. So okay, nice, thank you. So here is, oh sorry, data set is here. So we have 9,994 rows. Wow, that's massive actually. Now I purposely had to get the data set. I saw it somewhere and I like the fact that it was this much. So we have 994, sorry, 9,994 rows. And so we have row ID, we have order ID, we have order dates, we have ship date, we have ship mode, we have customer ID, we have customer name, we have segments. So like segment, customer, sorry, consumer, home office, corporate. Then we have country. We have, I think, yeah, we're going to see all of that. We have the city, we have state, we have postal code, we have region, we have product ID, we have category, we have subcategories, we have product name, we have sales, we have quantity, we have discounts, and we have profits. So whose company now going to say this belongs to? Let's say Justice. Justice is a businessman, and this is his company's sales data, right? So real quick, let's add a filter. Creating a filter effect of via. Oh, the other people on this sheet. Great for everyone. Hey, my network. Oh, okay, yeah. So I have I've attached a filter. So you just wanted to. So like this is a complete data set, right? Before, so we are going to do, like I said, the pivot is going to be giving us a summary, but then we should have an overview of our data set. We should try to look at some things. So basically, this is like a workflow of what we are supposed to be doing when you get a data set. When you are being given a data set, you're like, okay, let me observe some things. For instance, this ship mode, let's look at it. Okay, we have first class, we have same day, we have second class, we have standard class. So you're observing your data, right? Okay, it's like, of course, custom ID is going to be, names also is going to be able, we can check segment is more of like categorical. So we have 3 segments. Cool. For countries, we have just United States, so that means the sales is just for items in the United States. Then we have a list of states, right? Also, we are supposed to check and see if we have blanks, like basically observe our data. Then states, of course, this states too is also categorical. Our regions too. We have central, we have 4 regions. So we are only just product ID is going to be numerous. Category should not, because it's a category of our product. So we have 3 category, products category, subcategories. We are going to have quite a number of them. Yeah. Then product name, of course, this is going to be numerous. Then sales, these are our numeric data. Our sales, the quantity, the discounts, and the profits. Amazing. So we can do some little things on it. So rather than go down and go and put the sum of all of this data, we can just come here, right, and do sum. I don't know if you still remember. I just put sum. Then I use tab to go to the next. Then we put a sum of, let's say, values here. Now notes from R2 to, that'll be R is it 999 9994, I think. Yeah, so like this is the sum. So we can just do this to get the sum of the sales. So we can put sum of sales, can do sum of quantity, QTY, just with QTY. Then total discounts, then total profits. So sum of quantity will also be almost the same. Oh, Justice, the mic is on mute. I have to zoom this. I forgot. Sorry. Hello, Justice.
Yes, my good now. Trying to follow up by doing what you're doing, but it's not working. Nothing is working here. So what am Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, but it's breaking.
Hello.
Okay,
Okay,
just
can you hear me now, please?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I think my sheet is not working. All these things you are doing, I'm trying to follow up, but it's not highlighted.
Okay, do you
Trying
remember
to
that
highlight.
this sheet is locked, that you're supposed to copy your own sheets?
Okay.
I locked this sheet so that we won't be able to work on it
Okay.
simultaneously. So that I'm working on it, if you are making changes, it's going to be affecting what I'm doing. So just create your own sheets and
All right.
you can work on it. So continue. So this is sum of sales. Then
Okay.
let's you can extend this and we change what we need to just change the values here. Like just change the values from R to S. Then use S. I think it started from 2. Use S, sorry. S. Yeah. Then why is this auto filling for me? Let's see if it's going to get it. No, missed it wrong. Got it wrong. So S, then T, right? T2, then T994. Is it different? 995, 994. Yeah, 994. Then this will also be U and U2 to U4. Yeah, so here we have the total profits, here we have the total discounts, here we have the sum of quantity, and here we have the sum of sales, right? So this sum of the sales, this sum of the quantity, this sum of the discounts, and this sum of the profit. Now to use our pivot table, right? So we come to insert, so it's a table that you insert, pivot table. Then we want it on this sheet, that's new sheet. Then the data range, so let's name that, let's name our range. We did what's it called, we did named range last week, so I think it's data. Okay, data named range. So I want to add a named range, so add the name range. So let's say data, sales data. This is not strange. Then the sheet, I think if I select this, so select data range. Now if I select this, okay, so if I select this, yeah, this helped me to select everything that we're working on. Then I think, oh, you extend to this. I don't want it to extend here. Okay, I don't want it to extend, so that'll be just this sheet 1. So since I know where I'm stopping at, that's U, so I'll go to U. Then I know this is 9994. Now pick OK and done. Oh, the range, oh sorry, I don't think I'm supposed to have this. Yeah, so I think when you're creating your name range, you can't have space in it. So I close this. Now let's do a pivot table. So I come to insert, I want to have it here, down here. So insert pivot table, existing sheets. Now the data range is the range of data I'm going to be covering, and I think we already have a named range here, which is sales data. See that? Okay. Then Sorry, please, if you are creating a new sheet, you can rename the sheet you are creating to your name, so it's easy to locate. Thank you. So so this is the data range. Then this is where you want your pivot table to be. So I think we selected here. Then okay, then create. Now on clicking on that, you are going to be asked, it's going to bring out a pivot table editor. So we are going to do some simple things, right? First, I think this thing is slow. So it has some suggested things. So we are going to try and follow after the suggested. They will now begin to dive in and treat some examples. So so here it's telling us, okay, the number of unique order ID for each subcategory. But let's do something like sum of profits for each region, right? So we want to check the sum of profits for each region. I think if you remember, we had like 4 regions, right? The central, the north, I think the south, and the west. I'm not sure, but we click on this. So this will automatically fill it for us, but let's see what it does, right? So now this gives us a table showing us the regions and the sum of the profits in each regions. If you remember, we checked the regions. I think, let me go back there. So here's the region. Check, you find out we have central, east, south, and west, right? So we have 4 regions. Good. So these tables easily identifies the region and it automatically just sum up the profits. So that's like this profit here. So it sums it up for us and it gives us the value. So we can easily say that, oh, in the central region, yes, they had 339,706. Here he had 91,522. Then here he had 46,749, and in the west region he had 418. So the west region had more profit, right? We could also check for so this is, now I'm going to show how we actually arrive here. So let me go back to edit. Let me cancel everything. All right. So now we have rows, we have columns, we have values, and we have letters. So now here is the rules, like the values or what we want to put in our rows. So most of the time it's going to be categorical, right? And we also have a value column, a value tab that actually takes in values. Then columns we get to see about. So column is actually attaching columns to the top of this part. So let's do something. So now let me do the example of the sum of profits for each region, right? So we know that we want to check for the sum of profits for each region. So the keyword there is profits, region, and sum. So it means that we are going to be checking for profits in each region. So first of all, that means we need to get the regions. So in our rows, we are going to be adding region. You'll see like everything is selectable actually. We have region, right? Can you see that's coming? Then in our value, we are now going to have profits, right? And you see summarized here, summarized by, so we're actually summarizing by the sum, right? So you are seeing the sum here. Can you see it? So you can even decide that, oh, I want to filter this, I want it to show it in order. So you can say sort by, instead of region, you can say sort by sum of, I can say sort by, I think this is sorted already. This has sorted the region in ascending order, but we want to sum the profits. We want to do it for the profits instead. So let's say descending. So you put the highest up first. So from this table now, you can easily say that, oh, in the west region had the highest profits, followed by the east region, followed by the south region, followed by the central region. I think, let me check if I can add an extra column for this. Okay, yes. So I could also do for sales. I could extend it to profit, sales, and quantity. But note, I'm actually doing this for values. So quantity, where's quantity? Quantity. So I could say for the quantity, let's do count. Yeah, did I count? Okay, let's just do sum. It's summing all the quantities together for the region. Now, let's close this. Let me close this. Now, can we see that this table is giving us a summary of what we have in each region? So in the West region, we have this. We have, these are the profits. This is the sales. This is the quantity. Then for the East, this is the profit. This is the sales, the sum of sales. This is the sum of the quantity. So you can see that the in the West region now, it had the highest profits. You also had the highest uh you had the highest sum sales and the highest quantity, right? Um for the East also had the highest profits, right? So because we have sorted this by profits, so let me see if I can sort this. So if I'm going to sum this, you can see that the orders, it has more order now. So let's say I want to sum by sales and the sales is descending. So you can see that there's been a change here. Before it was west, I think central, then sorry, let me check. So okay, I have west, east, south, and central, right? But now I have, if I change it to sales, you see that the tide has changed. So instead of doing this, I could actually just do something like just pick profits, then take this out, take the sales out, take the quantity out, close this, then create another pivot table, right? So let's do that real quick. Insert pivot table, existing sheets, data range. Oh, just this. It's here already. Okay. Then um where I want to put it. So let's say here. Let's put it here. Yeah, okay. Great. So I'm just going to do this and take a break. So we want to do the same thing. Right, let me just come here. Sum of profit for each region. Then I don't want profits. I want this time around. I want sales. Then I sort this by sum of sales and descending. Right, close this. Okay, good. I just want to show us now. If you look at this now, if you compare these two pivot table, right? This one is doing sum of profits, and this one is doing sum of sales. They are all in descending order. That means the highest is first. So yeah, you can see that West has highest sum of profit and also have some of highest sum of sales. And the East also followed by the East. Then when it now comes to the South and Central, there's a flip, right? So you can see like these are meaningful informations that we are getting as in we are making progress. So it will be so um stressful to actually go through this data set and do all of this, right? When you can actually get this in just a click away of buttons, right? So let me see. Okay, so I'll, because I know the complexity of this, we're going to be taking questions and interval. So what I'm doing, is it understood? Like, is it clear enough? Should we explain or we can move forward? Oh, I didn't see the message from Arabami. Network is not clear, there's background noise. Wow, so sorry. I hope it's gone. Okay, Tito, you wanted to say something?
Yes, it's not very clear. You were too fast in choosing all those options.
Oh, right. Okay, so let me slow down and come back. So okay, let me edit this. Let me clear this. And I should still have it here. And just start over from yeah. I should be able to edit this here. So let's take it over. Let's take it slowly. Cancel. Okay, now so I'm going to be picking my tables all over again. So you have to have something in mind that you want to check for, right? Something you want to summarize in the whole of the data, right? We have a whole lot. So let's say we are more interested in the profits that each region is making. Um, Mr. Justice is a businessman and he wants to know the region that is making more sales, right? It will be so troublesome to start filtering and doing calculations. Like, why would you want to do that when you have tables? So we want to do that with this. So first of all, like I said, so the keywords there are sum for sum of profits, that's value in each region, right? So I'm going to have to, include the region in my data, find a way to include the profits and do the sum function on it. So for the rows, I'm going to have to pick regions. Where's region? This is region. As I'm picking the region, can you see that it's coming up here? So it has picked the region. So then in the value column, right, I'm going to put in the values that I want to append to it, which is profits, right? So now, of course, this is like the raw thing. We have just done this. So we can see, if you check the sum of profit, you see it here. See the sum of profit here. And wait, why is this sum not the same thing? This sum of profit is supposed to be the same thing. 286324. There's a disparity sum here. Okay. A1 to U9995. Sorry. Does this extend to 5? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I guess I missed that. So can you see what pivot table helped me to do there? So like I was able to see okay, this one has 95. This one does not have 95. I was able to see the lapses, like I had errors with this, but with this there's pretty much no error. So yeah, I'm able to see the sum of profits for each regions. The central region, the east-west region, the south region, the west region, just from here. Right, so all I did was pick the profit for the value and for the region. I select region and I could filter. I could do it in a way that I can choose. I could easily put it, okay, do I want it in any order? Right now the region is the one in order. Let's say I want it to be the profit instead, so all I do, just choose pick profit, then change this to, okay, let's put in ascending. So ascending means from lowest to highest. So that's Summit Central as lowest, followed by south, followed by east, followed by west. And you can see the total here, which is also the same thing with the total profits that we have here. So here we are able to see the region that is actually giving you more profits. Right? Good. So I think, okay, let me take a break on that. So we could also check, you could decide to check for not just profits. You can try to check for sales, which region is making more sales. I think that was where I was supposed to use this. Where did this one run to? Okay, edit. So now if I'm going to choose for this, I'll also choose the roles as region. Then my values this time around will be sales, and here we go. Sum of sales, then ascending or descending, whichever is in ascending. That means from top to highest, from lowest to highest. So here is it. We can see it. Sum. This is for the sum of profit. This is for the sum of sales. Then let's do sum of quantity. So I come here, visual, insert, pivot table, the data range, which is, I think it's not even suggesting it for us. Then OK. Then existing sheets. So where I want it to be, that's here. I cover it. Okay, I'll use this as my reference point. AB. That will be AC. Yeah. Okay. Then create. I'll have to switch it up. So so want to do the same thing again. Region, then values, then I think I've done sales, I've done profit, quantity. All right. So we are acting like businessmen. Of course, data analysts, you have to think outside the box. You have to think like you're the owner of the company. So I think I should move this up. Let me see. Will I be able to select data range? I actually want to put this on the same row with this. So yeah, let me see. Let me try if I can cut and paste here. Okay, work. So we are seeing this sum of profit, sum of sales, sum of quantity. We're already beginning to analyze our data. Analysis has started. Let's add one more. It starts range. Yeah. Existing sheets. So existing sheet is like we want it on this sheet. If you want a new sheet, you can take it to another sheet, but we just want to do it on this sheet. So I'm picking that location. Great. Then add, not city, that was a mistake. Add region, then values, and I think I've done profit, sales, quantity, and let's say discount. So region, and yeah, that's it. So I'm going to have to zoom this out a bit. Permit me. I believe you can also see this, right? Please, can you all see this? Can you still see this very well? Oh, okay, cool. All right, so here is it. So now we can easily visualize that. Okay, our sum of profits, you can see which company is performing very well. It looks like when it comes to discounts, and the south region offered more. The central region offered more discounts, but they still did not do well in profits. They still did not do well in sales. They still did not do well in quantity. So maybe they were thinking that they offer more discount and they will get more customers, more sales, right? But reverse was the case. So even the company that's West that is actually doing well in terms of profits, sales, and oh, this is not that. So order by sum of quantity. So West is actually doing so good. like, right, in profits, in sales, in quantity, and they are offering like this almost the second to the least discounts. Like, can you see how we are getting information? We are making meaningful information from just with a pivot table, right? We are able to see, we're able to see, um, get insight. We're able to see far with just these tables. So, like I said, remember with the definition I gave, it allows us to give us a summary of the data. Like, we can group our data meaningfully and get insights from it easily. So this is sum of profit now. So we have already done sum of profit now. Let's now do something like, so in each region, right, there's state. So let's go deeper. So I'm not going to edit this. Let me see. Okay, I'm not going to edit this. I'm going to just insert another pivot table, pivot data range. Okay, existing sheets. I want it here. Okay, great. Now we want to include subregions into this data. So we are only saying for regions. Okay, yes, regions. That's good. That's meaningful. We can also go deeper to check the subregions. So if you had, so the first row is going to be region. Let me see. Do I have subregion? Is this subregion? Okay, I meant to save subcategories, but let me see. So let's say region, then let me see region. I think we can check for states. So you can also add multiple to this. So let's add states. So I think the states for each region should be different. Like the way we have it in Nigeria, we have southwest, we have southeast, we have, oh, sorry, we have, let's just say south, west, east, and north. So there are different states there. So I think we're going to have the same thing here. So I break my value. So let me just check for profits. Most time as a businessman, I'm not interested in profits. The profits, and that's all. So this is, I have a mouse. Okay, so this is like a pivot table. I think I should be able to collapse this. Yes, collapse, collapse, so that we can easily visualize first. Okay, so now look at this sum of profits. It's the same with this grand total is the same here, right? The values here is also the same values here, right? But this time around we added state to the rows. Now the essence of that is now going to give us a breakdown of the states, of how the state sums up to the profit. So I decided to collapse it because it was not showing on my screen. So I'm going to check it one by one. So let's see for central. So if you see for central, you are seeing all the states. So you're even seeing that some states add minus. Like how? They had negative profits. That means they actually add losses. They incurred losses. I think that's what they use. So they incurred losses like Illinois, which one? Texas. So we could also source this, right? So let me see the edit button. So let me sort this. So I want to sort the states according to the sum of profits in ascending order, or let me say descending order. So I close this. Now you find out that the states are now from the highest to the lowest. So, oh, Michigan did well, awesome, they contributed well. Indiana, you can now see the states and how they actually contribute to the profit at large, the total profit, right? So I think I can add something here that shows, okay, I'm already showing the total. Okay, yeah, Try to show the total. So you can see that the total for central total, yeah, is here. So you can see how the states actually sums up. So I already explained why I'm closing this and opening it so I can cover my screen. So you can see for the east, the state, the individual state that contributes, how they contribute to this. You can see Ohio did lists. Then let me close this. You can see for south total too. Sorry. Yeah, you can see for south total too. You can see for the west. You can see. So this is basically we have grouped the data in region and also in state. So it's like region and sub-regions and how they actually contribute. No, you could actually go ahead and just check for state. That's actually going to be very easy to do. So let me see. Are we making progress? Just a quick question. Are we getting it? Hope we are not lost. Okay, Justice is getting it. Julie Justice. In fact, I think everybody can actually respond. Tito is getting it. Ola is getting it. That's 3. Pearl 4. Okay. Okay, yeah. Alright, thank you. Okay. So let's expand horizon. Now let's go to the category, let's go to the items, right? So we can do something with the items basically. So let me pick pivot table, insert pivot table, data range, selected sheets, okay, existing sheets, where I want, that's here, okay, and create. So we want to create something with the items itself. So what is going to be in our time? So what do you want to check? Let's see how so we are going to check for profits. So we want to see how those items, let's say categorical. So we have category of data of rows. So let's see how the sums up and in terms of profits. So values, profits. Yeah, so I think this is, so can see that this is a categorical. So we can even decide to see, okay, let's add subcategory. I think I saw subcategory somewhere. Yeah, can add this. Yes. So let's sort by let's sort, what should we sort by? Let's sort it by profits as usual. That's what we want to do. So here now we can see, so I want us to observe something that is still going to be the same, that the grand total of the profit is going to be the same with, okay, here we have it. So the grand total of the profit is still going to be the same, right? So here we have the categorical of the items. So we have 3 items. We have furniture, we have office supplies, and we have technology. Then we have the categories, subcategories, and how they actually sums up to the profits. Okay, who is unmuting? Oh, sorry, Temo. I didn't see your hand. What's the issue? Can ask a question. Temo, your hand is raised up. You want to say something? Okay, maybe that was a mistake. So now you can see how the items sums up in profits and the categorical. You can see how we are getting the informations that we need, right? Where did it go? So let me close it. I'm only doing this part so that it will fit in, like everything can fit in on my screen. It can fit on my screen, but for for us, we won't be able to see it very well. So that's why I'm doing it like this. So you can see the sum of profits. Now, let me change this. Let's do something a bit different, right? So we don't want to do sum. I want to do average. So give us the average. So now this is going to give us the average of the profits. As you can see that it's giving us the average of the profit for. So the average of the profit, the average that this is making is furniture is 8.69, office supplies is 20.32, then technology total is 78.75, while the grand total, oh, network, please, can you see my screen? My laptop is showing network issues. Okay, I think can you still hear me on the call? I think network is a big part today, generally. Hello, can you still hear me on the call? Please, if you can hear me, let me know. Wow. Okay, network is bad. Okay, waiting for my comment. Okay, let me see. Let me. Okay, sorry. Network happened. Trying to connect my system back. Please, can you guys hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Network happened. Okay, let me go back to sharing my screen. Share, pivot, share. Okay, I should be back on track. All right, so yeah, where was I? Okay, I was talking about how we changed ours to, we are checking for the profits, then we are saying the regions that had, the average profits, and how each region actually contributes to the profits, how they had actually how the profits actually sums up, basically how they contribute. So there are other things we could also do. We could also check, I think we have done some categories of items sold. Okay, now we can check the subcategories of items sold. Now the subcategories of the item, they are the maximum. Let me see. Okay, let me leave this here. This is profits. So let me insert a new pivot table. The data range, sorry, I kept calling it. Then here, okay, create. Now what I want to pick out is Now, having to do with items, so I just want to go straight to the subcategories. Or, okay, let's use the category, right? So add category, then I'll add again, can add multiple rows, subcategory, right? Then I want to see the items, how like the maximum items that was sold under each category. So that means I'm going to have in values, I'm going to have sales, I'm going to have quantity instead, yeah. So here, then I'm going to sort the sum of quantity, that's this quantity. So I want to sort this sum, right? Oh, okay, yeah, so let me explain this. So I was doing, there are two sorts here. Now, if you pick these sorts, the first one is for category. So if I change this sort to sum of quantity, what it's going to do is it is going to pick the highest category with the the total category. It's going to calculate it based on the quantity based on the category. I don't know if you get me. If I use the subcategory will calculate it based on the sum of quantity under the subcategory level. So if I choose this, for instance, now I want this to be arranged in the category, like, so that if I have the total have the lowest, let me say descending, so it's going to be from highest to lowest. So the office supply has the highest, of course it has a lot of subcategories. Then inside these categories, now inside these subcategories, I can also decide to sort it based on the sum of quantity. So you can see that inside this now is from, let me say, from highest to lowest too. So that's descending. So this is from highest to lowest. Then the sum here, if you check the sum for the categories itself, is also from lowest and highest to lowest. So to get this, I have to do it with the category. Then if I want to now sort for inside the subcategory levels, I have to do it based on this. I don't know if is that clear enough. Is it clear, or I should explain again?
Please do come again.
All right. Okay, so I said this category, for instance, I was talking about sorting, the sorting order. So for instance, now we have sub-levels. Yes, that's what we have, levels and we have sub-levels. So the category is the main level, the subcategory is the sub-level. So inside the category we also have several categories, but those are like subcategories, right? Now we can decide that we want to sort this data based on the category. So based on the category, right? So I'm having this sorted. So if I change it back to category, ascending. So now I'm sorting this based on the category. Now this is just let's negate the subcategory. So I'm sorting this based on the category. So I'm choosing the category, that's this category, and I'm sorting it based on the ascending order. So that means from A to Z. So from F followed by O followed by T. But that really doesn't matter to us. What matters are values. So we are going to decide that, oh, we don't want it sorted based on this. We want it sorted based on the sum of quantity, so based on the quantity. So pick sum of quantity and it will sort it. Can you see that the sorting has changed? The order has changed based on these values now. Now, if you now check into the sub-levels, for instance, taking technology total, for instance, the internal sub-levels is also not sorted, right? It's actually not supposed to be. Let me return it back. is sorted based on this is how it was initially, sorted based on the letters, based on the subcategory. But we also want the sublevels to be sorted based on their quantity, so that we can easily identify, because that's the essence of pivot table, to be able to identify. We are summarizing in a way that it will make much meaning. So we decide that, oh, we don't want our subcategories to also be sorted based on the letters. We want it sorted based on the number, so we can easily identify what we need. So we come to here, we change it to sum of quantity, then we choose descending or ascending. We say ascending, so we start from the lowest to the highest. So we see that, oh, copiers had low sum of quantity, phone had the largest quantity. Do we get it? Like, can you see how we are sorting like individually? We are just picking the ones that we need to sort, and we're having our grand total here. All right, cool. So close this. Now let's do something. Okay, it just occurred to me, so I feel like we should try it out. So I think we talked about there was a term. So is it tabulation? Cross tabulation. So let's see if we can do that with pivot table. Like, so data range, existing sheets. Yeah, okay, great, nice. So now we pick our row. So we want to have a tabulation, right? So we know that region. Okay, let's use subregions. So we are going to have subregions on the rows. Oh, so that's states, sorry. Then we also have only columns. We're going to have what should we have there? Let's have our category. Now see what has happened. That's put states here, right, on the row. I think this state is too much. Let's do something small. Let's do region. Yeah, so we have region here and we have categories. Then we can now put values. Let's say the values we want to see is, let's say profit. We like profit a lot. Let's say profit. So this is an example of a tabulation, a cross tabulation, where we have sum of profits here and we have the categories here. So in central region, right, this is all the values that belong to the central region. You can see the grand total. I think we are the subcategories. Okay, if you check total for furniture, yes, from here, close this. Oh, sorry, this is average. What do I do? Okay, let's just edit this. Let's change it from average to some. Someone should remind me to put it back. Yeah, so we have some. So if you see the total for furniture, right, the total sum of profits for furniture, okay, it's actually not corresponding to this. Actually, I'm driving at somewhere, but if you see the total number of profits, yes, it's still what we have here as the total number of profits. Now this total number of profit, this sum here is a sum of this and this, what you have here and here. So let's see how we got there. So if you look at the sum of furniture in the central region, this is it. The sum of profit for furniture in the eastern region, this is it. The sum of furniture in the southern region, this is it. And the sum of profit in the western region, this is it. So the total sum of profits is this, and it also is the same thing with what we have here. The same thing is applicable to office supplies too. You see that the total office supply corresponds to what you have here. And so this time around, you only know that, oh, if you look at this table, you can easily see that in the central region, the furniture sales did not do well. You can see how we are getting those information. Now let's even sort it. Let's do a sort. So let me see. Should be able to sort my sum of profits. Okay, now the sum of profits, then the category. So let me just say furniture in ascending order. So in fact, it's already in ascending order. So I could change this from furniture to office supplies. So you see that now the office supplies is the one sorted. Then I should also change this to technology, and I think there's an option for grand total here. So here is the grand total that is being currently sorted, right? Yeah, it's the grand total that is being sorted. Then there's something so you can check for this. You can also pick let's just pick grand total. Okay, I think the grand total is usually sorted. Let's say central. So I actually want to sort this in a way. Okay, let me see, this sorted. Our furniture is not sorted. Furniture, yeah, furniture is sorted. Okay, I'm not seeing a way I could actually sort this individually, but okay, we're just trying out. But yeah, you can easily see that, oh, there's a negative sign here, and you tell that, oh, central region is not doing well with the furniture sales. They are doing poorly, poorly, so bad actually. Then you could say that, oh, I think this is the highest we have in all of our sales, right? Yes, this is the highest, 52,609. So the office supply is the most sold, the item that is doing well the most in the western region. You can see how we are getting insights from our pivot table. So there's actually what you can do with the pivot table is actually unlimitless. Let me just put it that way. You can actually, in fact, you could check with you can see the percentage contribution of each category, right, of products, how they contribute to the total sales, right? Let me check here. I think that's the last thing we'll do. Insert pivot table, date range, sorry, keep saying dates. Yeah, okay, create. Yeah, so we want to check how each items, should we say items, let's say subcategories, how they contribute to the total sales. So let's just go straight and pick subcategories, then values, and we pick our values. Our values will be sales, right? This time around, I just want to check for sales. So here you can see here we have sums of sales by default, but I mentioned I want to check for percentage, right? So let me see, I should be able to check for percentage. I'm actually saying percentage. Sum of categories supposed to be here. Okay, it's not standard, it's not product, it's not mean, it's not max, it's not average.
It's on the other side.
Oh, okay. Which side? I know I've seen it.
After sum,
Okay, after sum.
the next one.
Okay.
Default.
I have count there. This count I have.
No. Beside some rather.
Oh, you mean? Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. I know I saw it. So you could say some percent of grand total, right? And cancel. And here we go. So here you can easily see the percentage contribution. So let's just change our mind. Let's decide to add categories to this thing. Now, here's an issue. Here's a bummer. It's not well. Can you see what is happening here is attaching the category. We don't want it like this. Here it's putting the subcategories, then it's now putting the applicable where they fall in, right? What category they fall in, but we don't want that, so we are just going to put this up. This is how we want it. Then we'll close this, and yeah. So if we check this here, we can still easily see how, you know, how they contribute. You can see technology sales is contributing more. If you want to see how technology sales is contributing more, oh, phones, wow, awesome. Phones is the most sold, but we can't say phone is the most sold. Actually, we have to check, because phone has 14% here, doesn't mean that it's the most sold. There are other ones that put out 14%, but okay, yeah, see, chairs has 14.30, phone has 14.37. That's close, actually, very close. So if you want to just see for the sales, you can just go back and remove this category. So we have subcategories, and you can now see it properly how they contribute to the total sales. You could also the same for profits. You could just change this. Sorry, you could just change this to profits. So just remove this and put profits there instead. Profits sum percentage of grand total. Then yeah, since we are more interested in profits. Okay, I didn't sort it. Let me sort it. Sort based on sum of profits. Yeah, so you can even see some companies, some sales like tables we're having negative. That's bad for our business. And phones, in terms of profits, you know, phones add more sales, but in terms of profits, copiers had more. Right? So how did that happen? That's where investigation now begins to happen. You know, start making insights, drawing conclusions, and yeah. So like what we can do is actually limitless. I think if I should, let me just sum this real quick. Yeah, I can see the things we did. So I'm going to rearrange this. So I'm using cut and paste to do this. I Control X and Control V. So I want to have it in a more nice looking way, because this is not nice enough, but still compact. So I think, any questions? Those are practicing. How far? I think it's 9:45. I was supposed to stop by 9:40 actually. Let me check Key's work. Okay, I'm spying on your work. Okay, nice. Wow. This is interesting. Let me check justice. Okay. So those are practicing. At least I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people on my sheets. What happened? Are you just spying on my sheets? Or you're working as I'm working? So trying it out. Okay, let me think we are done practically with the class, so we are just taking questions. So I'm just going to cut the video. Here